Purdue as Mitchell looks for an answer.
Ooh, pure, nothing but net.
Garland to the basket, stole the inbound pass. He lays it in.
Basketball down there.
Very high percentage shot for him from that spot. Merrill for three. Tristan Thompson on the floor. Diaz for three. That's short. Hard rebound. Ricochets out to Merrill for three again.
For the We Like Sports Show, tune in and see the latest the crew has to say regarding the latest sports topics nationally and locally. Make sure to check out our website as well, WeLikeSportsPC.com. Subscribe on all platforms, including podcast platforms, YouTube, TikTok, and much more. And be sure to follow us on X at We Like Sports PC.
Started with Anderson and Ramirez.
He said, let's go, right? Yeah, I'm sure he wants the game to start, but they won't let it. And rightfully so.
And welcome to the We Like Sports Show. I'm your host, Ed in Columbus, with my co-host, Casey in Orlando. Casey, how is it in the beautiful state of Florida?
I mean, it's not bad. It's 92, very, very humid. So I'll be in the beautiful state of Ohio next week. So that's exciting.
Well, will you be getting the treatment that one LeBron James got yesterday at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse when he took in the game between the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers? And we'll tip off the show with that. I mean, it's obviously on our four minds right now because of what happened last night. But Casey, what are your initial thoughts right now as we speak about that game and that series?
I mean, the series is, I think, over. I hate to say it, but yeah, I think that's the case. It was nice seeing them fight last night. I think that they had a chance at that game. You know, a lot of us didn't think that was even, in consideration, right? So, credit to the team yesterday. But I think that with LeBron being there, it's hard for me personally to sway either way, because it's like I'm gonna get screwed either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could see how I'd be stupid that I didn't think it meant anything. I could see how it's vice versa. So.
Well,
what do you think?
I think that I like him being back in Cleveland, and here's why. Look, sports is entertainment, right? And, we were undermanned last night, having no Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen. So you got people going to that game, paying lots of money to go to that game. And, obviously it wasn't the result that they wanted, but a valiant effort by the depleted Cavaliers roster, because they put up a hell of a fight. But, a lot of those fans, they got to witness greatness, and King James just sitting there drinking his wine. I mean, like I said, we always say that, you buy a ticket and the outcome of the game, it's not predetermined. Well, maybe in some instances it is, but we would like to think for the most part that it's not. So it was nice to see those 19,000 plus fans at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, get to see him. And like I said, that's a moment that they can say, well, I went to this game and LeBron was there. And maybe he comes back and they can say, just like when he came back for Zydrunas Ilgauskas' induction up into the rafters with his jersey retirement. And then he came back 2 months later. So, maybe this is nothing, but maybe this is the precipice of him making his third return, I guess you could say. And so I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that way. So, and plus everybody keeps talking about Cleveland and LeBron, and I don't know, it brings back good memories, and say what you want about him. But, I'm a diva. He's a diva. We kind of see eye to eye when it comes to just, wanting to be the
center of attention.
Yeah, center of attention. But obviously I don't have the accolades he does. But also, again, he doesn't get to host a We Like Sports show. So I got one up on you there, LeBron.
That's right. Put you in your place, LeBron.
That's right. That's right. But so going more into the game itself. Now, I said this, and I posted it on X. But I thought that Darius Garland, who you made some poignant points last week about him and his confidence, but I thought that he needed to play like Kyrie Irving. And, he played well. He got 30 points and all that. But to me, it's like he didn't get 40. He didn't get I need a game like, when Kyrie had like the 55 against San Antonio, the 41 against Golden State when LeBron also matched him with the 41. But like 30's fine. But like without Jared Allen and without Donovan Mitchell, I needed you to get like 40 to 50. And is that asking for too much from a guy that's a max player and under those circumstances?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but I mean, how many guys do you think could do it that are max players? Like, it's easy to ask.
Isn't he supposed to be a scorer?
Yeah, but like, isn't George Niang supposed to do more?
Yeah,
Isn't Max Strus supposed to score something in the second half? Okoro should do something, and
I think that's the problem. We're asking too many guys to do too many things. I think
Tristan Thompson, asking Evan Mobley to be the only presence down there getting rebounds, I think is tough to ask as well, and Dean Wade, who has not played in a long time, to come in and just magically play like that Celtics game earlier in the season with the Kelsey brothers there every time he's on the court. It's hard to ask,
But here's what kind of frustrates me. Like, look, I know they were undermanned, but there's other teams in the NBA that we can never just seem to just get that one win in the series. It's like, I know we got the one in Boston, but it's
that was a tease.
With this team, it's like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I've seen other cities and other teams step up when they were undermanned, and it's just like, they started out hot. They were up 8-2, and then kind of Boston, made their run. And, I never felt really comfortable during the game. And even in the second half when it was close, I always felt like Boston was going to pull away because we had no answer for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Jason Tatum fan after yesterday just because of not even like Banchero I respected, I get he was tough. Tatum, and every single time he thinks there's a foul, every single play. Like that when he got teed up on, he complains every time if there's not a call. And I mean, it's crazy to me. But like I just don't like those stars that are, like whiners, I guess you could say.
Like LeBron?
Yeah, like even Luka. I used to like Luka a lot, but then the more he plays, the more, he became bigger, and now he whines every time too. So it's just hard for me to, really support guys that are, looking not to, just like wimps out there, looking for a foul every time, Well, that's why I like Mitchell for. Mitchell never complains. You rarely see him complain.
Will Mitchell play in Game 5? Or do you think he thinks it's over with and it's over?
I mean, I think. What do you think is the better option, man? I think that if he doesn't play, is it that bad, right?
Well, this Drew. Hey, shout out to Drew. He's been a long time. I wouldn't say fan of me, but I'm a fan of his. So I don't want to put words into people's mouth. But we love you, Drew, in the Brick City, and he thinks it's done and doesn't see Mitchell Allen playing Game 5. And if that's the case, then geez, I don't see good things. Obviously,
Jaylen Brown's been pissing me off too. He's trying to. Talk, no one can guard me. I mean, Cleveland sucks, kind of like Joakim Noah type. Who comes to Cleveland for the weather? You're from Boston. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. What I don't understand about Jaylen Brown is how can he be so bad shooting free throws, but man, he can shoot threes. He can shoot from what is it about him? Like, because he's great on the floor and shooting, and then you put him at the free throw line, he's like a 50-some% shoot. I find that very weird, strange. Yeah. And then obviously, what did you think about the Max Strus incident that he had with Jaylen Brown, how he grabbed his foot and there was no call? But if that was a Cleveland Cavalier doing that, they're teeing him up, and it's,
If it was Strus, his ass is out of the game because he already had one tee on him. So I agree with you. I do think it's kind of nonsense to me that, like, you didn't at least, flagrant one. Couldn't even do that. He said he was protecting his head, like, from getting kicked. His head wasn't getting kicked until his hand
came up. Right?
Yeah, it hits his leg, then it hits him, and then he pulls him down, pulls his sock down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like you said, if it was a Cleveland Cav, I think it would have been not just a common foul.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What do you think about JB Bickerstaff and his rotations? Like, I like the fact that he went to Sam Merrill a lot. I mean, he seemed like he had a 9-man rotation, so I like that he kind of emptied his bench, and because it was all
Except
all or
for
nothing.
Morris, yeah. Morris didn't. Well, I think it was the one that didn't come in, and Damian Jones, right? But,
Yeah,
he doesn't play. But I mean, I think I don't know, man. Like it's do you still fire him, right? I mean, these injuries they played.
Okay, fine. Let's get into that. I was going to say, does anything that the Cavs do or did, does that change your take on whether or not they should dismiss JB Bickerstaff at the end of this year?
I mean, the thing with me, I think he's a lost cause. I think it's just too late to fix. But like this series right now, I don't think is his fault. Like,
no, I don't.
Losing Jared Allen, losing Mitchell for a game, these kind of the calls you're getting. I mean, it's what else can he do? Like it's.
Do you think JB Bickerstaff's to blame? Do you think because he cries and complains to the referees, do you think maybe they just don't like him? And it's not a Cleveland thing. It's I don't like JB Bickerstaff.
I think Strus, man, too. Like Strus,
I don't think they do not like Strus. They do not like Strus.
Yeah, like I would hate Strus if he wasn't on our team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like just when he complains so much, it's crazy to me. And like there's times, clearly a foul too. Like it's not even like it was like like it's clearly a foul, and then he still complains. So it's like, how do you trust when he's actually the call's actually good or bad on it, right? But I mean, I do think that plays a factor because there's no way it doesn't with how all year it's been this way. Yeah, all year has been this way, man. All year. So I think it does. I think that makes a difference.
I would tend to agree.
Like Kevin Love, remember he always used to whine and bitch too. So you replaced Kevin Love with Strus on that factor, I feel like, and
at least with Kevin Love, you got the rebounds. There's that one play where they both go out of bounds or whatever, and Strus needs to go back and get the rebound, and he doesn't because he's basically complaining. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like one thing about Kevin Love, you could always count on rebounds. With Strus, you don't tend to get that. So I don't know. I feel like it's just a bunch of crybabies, and the refs are already doing us, no favors because of the whole Cleveland things. So, well, Drew's got some other comments. Man. What do you think about this about Imani Bates? Yeah, you know what? I'm interested with that whole Bates thing because I like his length. I've seen him in the G League put up 30. So he definitely can score. And I think next year he'll definitely have a shot to make the squad. I don't see why not. And then the younger Mobley.
And Mobley, I mean, in the summer league, he looked good.
Isaiah Mobley, yeah.
But I mean, who's their replace? Who do they like?
Well, obviously, Mobley could replace Tristan Thompson. I mean, or Morris. I mean,
you don't think they'll keep Tristan Thompson?
I hope they do. Actually, I'm glad you said that. I hope they do. But I don't think Morris will. You could have Mobley instead of Morris, and I don't think you really go well.
Yeah, and then who would Bates replace? Because you got to think we have Ty Jerome. He's got to be back next year.
Yeah,
because we signed him to a 1-year deal, or we signed him to a multi-year deal.
I don't know if it was I'd have to get Kobe Altman on the phone and
because that would be a horrible signing if it was a 1-year deal, 2-year $5 million.
To answer his question, Drew's question here, Mobley definitely needs to beef up. I don't think Allen does actually. The way Allen plays, he has
a good base. I feel
and runs the court. I want him to just stay the same player that he is because I think when we could have used him last night. I think with Allen in there, we would have won last night because him and Garland have a good rapport with each other. So
it's like the Mitchell and Merrill.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I think Mobley 100% does. There's no way that he could stay the size that he is. Like he should not be fading away on shots against a 6'2" point guard.
No, right? Exactly.
Like,
right.
When you're 4 feet from the hoop and you're fading away,
you should be muscling in.
Yeah. What are we doing here? That's the front. Then he's short arming it still from that close.
I don't understand that. Oh my god.
Yeah. So he frustrates me where the aspect of like, it's everybody. You could see it's there. You could see he should have the potential. Everyone's saying, a young KG, like he's going to become a Chris Bosh. Right, really? But like the aggressiveness down in the paint is nothing. Yeah. Can't be getting you should be getting more than 10 rebounds a game if you're the only big guy we got. You know, man. So he needs to beef up for sure. He can't get pushed around by guys that are 6'2". Can't happen.
No. Another element to last night was with LeBron James is, they're having the NBA combine, kind of shoot arounds and all the drills and everything. And one Bronny James, now he comes in and he finished second in the 3-point contest, but our own Peyton Vince weighs in and he had a take, and he wanted to make sure that I got this take out to the masses here. And, Bronny is listed at 6'1", okay, and he averages 5 points a game at USC. What's special about him besides his last name? Well, I mean, I don't argue that, but his last name is James, and his daddy is really, really good. So it's one of those things where Jerry Seinfeld was at Duke University giving the commencement speech, and he, what he said, and I love it, talking about privilege, and you shouldn't shy away from your privilege. You should be like, yes, my dad is LeBron James, and I happen to be here maybe because of that, but watch me ball out. Like, you shouldn't shy away and feel like there's ridicule or anything because of that. And I'm obviously, a lot of people will be hating on Bronny James if he has a career or whatever his career may be because of his father, and say you don't belong here or whatever like that. Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, he won the lottery when it is the birth lottery, and he doesn't need to apologize for it. I mean, look at you, Casey. You're a strapping young fellow.
I was going to say Peyton's just jealous. His last name's not James. He thinks if his last name was James, he'd be in the NBA.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, Peyton is not wrong in his
Peyton, if it was Peyton James, I think he would not. Believe me, he's not making it.
Right, and to his point, I agree with.
He still has ability, and Bronny still has ability.
He has ability, but would he get the eyes? And there's a lot of people at Ohio State that average 5 points a game, and they're probably not going to be drafted in the first or second round.
Correct.
Of any draft.
I agree.
So
I agree,
but I don't know. I mean, I look at it this way: if getting Bronny James, 6'1" Bronny James, means you get Papa LeBron James, 6'8", 2 whatever it may be, then I'll take that. And would you take, Casey? Would you take LeBron back in Cleveland?
Yeah, it depends.
What is the hesitation, Casey? What was that?
It depends what we get rid of.
Anybody besides? Okay, look. I think I've made this abundantly clear many times on this show. This whole season was about extending the contract of one Donovan Mitchell. Winning the first round series, okay, we did that. Check the box, barely, but we checked the box. Okay, so but if we don't resign Donovan Mitchell, the whole season has been a failure. The whole let's be real.
Yeah, but I'm saying like who's off the table for you? To who must you keep?
Mitchell and Mobley. That's it.
You would choose Mobley over Allen.
Yes, because of the offense. You could be because I think that with LeBron James, he could turn into I think he needs somebody to help facilitate that team. I think it's just like anything. What I was telling my son in basketball, sometimes you can take the 5 best players in basketball, put them on a team, and it just doesn't work. And then you can, then you can take that one player who's just not as good, but he's like the oil, the engine oil that gets everything running together. And LeBron James happens to be both. He's probably your best player usually, and he's your engine oil. Oh, look, speaking of engine oil that gets the show going, look at that. Our own Keith Allen. Keith, welcome to the show.
What's up? What's good? Happy belated birthday, Casey.
Oh,
I see you're
Keith.
born in the greatest month of the year, May. God damn it.
I agree.
Sir.
I second that,
What's
Keith.
up,
I second that.
Just living the dream, Keith. We're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I want your takes on yesterday's game. Give me something about the game. Give me something about the Cavs' future, and give me something that, I don't know, off the wall about the Cavs. You got 3 things, Keith.
Okay, about the game itself. Look, Cavs were playing with 2 hands tied behind their back last night. But I liked the energy that they had last night, even though it wasn't quite enough. It wasn't quite enough and everything. Darius Garland stepped up to the plate, especially in the fourth quarter when he scored 14 in the fourth quarter.
I knew you had one in you, Keith. Get that out there.
Evan Mobley.
See, this Cavs team got us all choked up. I'm telling you.
He's thinking about losing Mitchell, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you.
Evan Mobley played well. He played well, and what did you say the other two things were?
Well, I want you to okay. Now Donovan Mitchell moving forward. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that? Is he done? Is he done? Was that his last game in game 3?
I think it's probably his last game for this season.
Okay,
I would say that. I don't think he's playing tomorrow.
Okay.
I honestly don't think. Now, what happens in the future? It would be better off with us, but we don't control that. Only Donovan knows what he's going to do. As far as the Cavs future-wise,
yeah. Who's untouchable to you? I guess Casey posed that question to me a couple seconds ago. What are your untouchables? Yeah.
Honestly, untouchable. My only one to probably be untouchable right now is Evan Mobley.
Okay.
Right now is Evan Mobley. And Evan Mobley and whoever stays between Donovan and Darius. Whoever stays between
not land. Thanks, Kurt.
Whoever stays between Donovan and Darius,
So Jared
right
Allen,
now.
you're cool with getting rid of no matter what. Like that's your first guy off the table.
Honestly, I think now since this is the playoffs, Evan Mobley has shown, even though I would like for him to get a little bit more stronger and develop a jump shot or anything. But I think the problem with Evan Mobley is the Cavs don't get the ball to him enough for him to be creative in spots. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much high screen and roll. Because if you look at how Boston's offense rolls compared to the Cavs, Boston has an easier time getting shots off. But the Cavs is dribble, pass at 2 seconds left in the shot clock.
Yeah, and barely get a shot off.
Yeah, and I mean, the Cavs need an offensive philosophy heading into next season. Now, whether some heads might be changed or not in the future, that remains to be seen.
You saw JJ Redick's the favorite to go to the Lakers.
Wow.
That's going to be interesting because how can I say this? How would JJ Redick go from being at ESPN, then being on a podcast with LeBron, and then being the coach of the Lakers? How would that roll in the locker room?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's interesting, man.
But it's LeBron's locker room, right? It's not really the coach's locker room.
Right.
With Ty Lue, I mean, do you think that Ty Lue has some more leeway just because of his relationship with LeBron, like JJ Redick has that relationship with LeBron right now?
Well, first, I don't think Ty Lue's leaving the Clippers. For one, I don't think he's leaving the Clippers. The Clippers kind of got a bad deal. They're going to be rebuilding too, in a sense, because honestly, Kawhi, they might have got burned by that contract. They just re-upped with him for 3 more years, and Paul George is a free agent. James Harden is a free agent, but honestly, they're probably looking like, damn, we should have kept SGA.
Yep.
Yeah.
And which brings me back to the Cavaliers. Because guess who the Cavaliers could have drafted? Because all this started back in 2018, for real, and why this team is disjointed. You remember a guy named SGA?
But he didn't want it. But I heard he didn't want to come to Cleveland, and he told the Cavs, do not draft me. That's why they took what, Garland or whatever, that they did not.
He took Sexton.
Or Sexton. They did not want. He told them no. I'm not coming to Cleveland. He told them that.
What he was going to do? Not play?
I know. Well, that's the thing. You call us bluff. I don't know, but maybe he doesn't develop as well as he did because he doesn't want to be here. But that was a word on the street, is that because that's been brought up many times, and that's what I've heard through many sources, that he just did not want to.
Ed's got sources.
Boots on the ground. That's the one thing. And it's because look, I tried to
Gilgeous Alexander over here.
I've tried to drive home that point many times and got rebuked, and then through multiple sources was told that he did not want anything to do with the land. So, because let's be real, that cat is going to be special and probably could have been MVP this year, maybe.
And think about this: heads might roll pretty soon.
Well,
Hurricane DG.
Well, that's the thing now with DG. Can you get anything on a trade market with him?
For Darius Garland?
I mean, he's a good player. He's a max player, but
is it like the DeJounte Murray trade, the trade that the Hawks traded for him? Would it be similar to that?
Yeah. I mean, you can get some, but let's be real. I don't think the return is going to be what you would expect it to be. I think Cavs fans would be a little disappointed. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
I would
but
say
you got a
this.
team like the Wizards.
They have to make the salary. You have to make the salaries match.
Salaries match, but you're not getting the type of play.
I think one trade could work.
What's that, Keith? Give it to us.
If the Cavs, if they do, but it all depends really on Donovan. It's like all the scenarios add up to Donovan. It all depends what Donovan wants to do, because you can't lose both. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm saying this. I think, to me, Allen stays no matter what if Garland is on the team, because I love that Garland-Allen connection. And then if Donovan's gone, then I think the Cavs, look at the year before Mitchell got here, how great that team was kind of coming along together. And then you get Donovan, and it kind of, I don't know, maybe that's a Bickerstaff problem because he didn't know how to incorporate them all together. But it just seemed like it stopped the momentum of the growth that those three, Mobley, Allen, and Garland, had. And then, come to this year where it's like, okay, they had their first year together. You thought that, okay, 1 year under their belt, they're going to come in and they got their wins in the regular season, but it doesn't look like it's translating to gains when it comes to making that Eastern Conference Finals playoff push, not just getting past an Orlando team that you should have got past in 5 games instead of 7. And then, I'm saying, it seems like it stalled the growth of this team. And now we're kind of stuck in limbo, because now with contracts coming up and roster moves that have to be made, it's like, now is this team going to get blown up, or what's it going to even look like next year, and who's going to coach it? And, but maybe maybe that's what this organization needs. It needs a reset, and, a forced contract like Donovan Mitchell's will make that happen one way or the other. And hopefully Mitchell's a Cavalier.
I think I ain't going to say a reset, but I think it's going to be a reshuffling of the board, basically. They're going to get a new hand, like in spades.
But they need one. They need 2 new hands, maybe.
They're going to get a new hand, like in spades. Because if you really think about it, not only is the coaching job might be up for grabs, but the GM job might be up for grabs too as well.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But let's pay some bills first, and then we're gonna transition over to some. I got some things for you guys. I got some fun stuff for you guys. So let's pay the bills first. If you want an energy drink that you can mix at home that doesn't give you the jitters or make you crash, if so, then try Dubby. Their products have no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors. Dubby has great flavors such as Dragonade, Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dub Sludge. So head on over to Dubby.gg, use the coupon code WeLikeSports to get 10% off your order. Also, what you want to do is check out the Snooze You Lose podcast with Uncle Joe the Black Bookie. He'll get you set with a Sunday Snooze You Lose pick of the week. And who doesn't want to add more coin to their man purse? But check out Uncle Joe the Black Bookie. And also, like I said, pat on the back, pat yourselves on the back. WeLikeSportsPC.com. Check us out there. Great articles every day. There's new stuff going on. There's so much stuff. Casey and Keith, I don't even know where to begin to talk about it, but they got baseball, they got NFL stuff because with the schedules, and we got different markets. I mean, we like sports when it comes to PC and the articles. We are nationwide, so check that out. And also, if I don't want to forget and then, get people mad because we love to bet on We Like Sports. Actually, Casey, when's the last time you made a bet?
Right now.
You're making a bet. Are you on my bookie? Because that's a good one right there, my bookie.
Of course I am. Yes,
That's
sir.
right. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you need to decide cash out or let's ride. MyBookie makes it really easy to get paid with tons of boosted props to slam dunk parlays, and new boosts are now posted daily. It's more than just a sportsbook. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share all of your sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code SPORTS, that's sports with a Z, when you make your first deposit, that's sports with a Z for your promo code, to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. So you want to do that. So awesome.
And please bet responsibly.
Yeah, please. Yeah, don't bet more money than you can afford to lose and all that stuff that they talk
Right
about. It's good stuff, and there's numbers to call, and so if you have a gambling addiction, and or just, I'll tell you one thing, if you have a gambling addiction and you just can't help yourself, bet against Cleveland. You might win. But with that, it's time for. This is Eddie Columbus with your We Like Sports breaking news. The Detroit Lions have signed quarterback Jared Goff to a 4-year extension worth $212 million. Goff can now buy all of 8 Mile. I wouldn't lose myself with that real estate deal. LeBron James was sitting courtside drinking a bottle of wine during Game 4 of the Celtics-Cavs Eastern Conference semis. With the Cavs shooting in the second half, maybe he wasn't the only one drinking courtside during the game. And finally, the Cowboys will open the season against the Browns week 1 in a game that will feature Tom Brady making his debut in the booth. With Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and Deshaun Watson. Damn, I wish the game was on Netflix instead of Fox. And this is Eddie Columbus with your We Like Sports breaking news.
Can't wait till September 8th. Yeah! How about them Cowboys coming to Cleveland?
Let's go into that. So NFL schedule comes out tomorrow. Cowboys at Browns. Now there's other games that are leaking. What are your initial thoughts of some of the stuff that you've seen from this NFL schedule stuff?
I kind of knew that the Cleveland Browns Dallas Cowboys game was going to be something, a special showing or something of much, because both teams made the playoffs last year. And it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a 4:00 game, at the very least. It was going to be a 4:00 Sunday game. Now, I didn't know they was going to open the season, but hey, I'm all with it. Let's get the season started.
I love it that it's it's America's team versus the Dallas Cowboys. I love it. Let's ride.
Deshaun, Dak, McCarthy, Stefanski.
Tom Brady. Like I said,
Tom Brady makes his debut as a sports commentator for Fox.
Wow.
What more is there to have?
That in Columbus is all you need, and then you're
I agree with that, Casey. We're going to clip that one. Don't you worry. You keep saying those nice things. Casey, what are your thoughts of this NFL? You know what? Don't say too much because, like I said, when we get to the great debate, I have something. But did you see it? And I think what was it? The Jets and the Niners, I think, playing a game.
First Monday night game.
So
speaking of Monday Night Football, did you see who got fired from Monday Night Football?
Ooh,
no.
RG3.
Oh, did he?
Jason Kelce is supposedly.
Is he taking his spot?
Is taking his spot. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's an interesting twist. Jason Kelce might be. They might have money. I think the Chiefs play the Browns this year, right?
That is correct.
And then so you never know. Taylor Swift, you got Jason Kelce.
That's a possible Monday night matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. See, so it's all about entertainment, Ed. You said it.
It is all about entertainment. Yes. And speaking of, what kicks off the season is the Ravens at the Chiefs, correct?
Yeah,
No,
Yes.
yes.
on Thursday.
Thursday night, and then that Friday night game, I think, is what the Brazil game. I think that the Browns were
Yeah.
rumored to be, but didn't happen because it's the Eagles in Green Bay, I believe. So
Yeah.
You know what? I can't help myself. I can't help myself. We're just going to do it now because I have so much that I want to talk about it, but it just incorporates too much.
In 2024 and beyond, don't forget to tune in to
So we're gonna have the great debate. Oh yeah,
the We Like Sports Show presents to you The Great Debate.
I can't, because the more I keep talking about it, I don't want to talk about it twice and then go into the great debate because I was thinking about this one today. And my great debate question is this, and like I said, Keith, since you can decide which one you want, but the question is the NFL schedule release is more exciting than the NFL draft. You can either say yes or no here.
NFL schedule release is more exciting than the
than the
NFL draft because of all the future anticipated matchups. Think about it. The Cleveland Browns are in the greatest division in the NFL, AFC North. And if you don't think the Browns are going to have at least one or two division games prime time, you're insane. And they also go against the NFC East this year, which means Dallas, Philadelphia, Washington, and the Giants. But who's counting? But the Browns also play Kansas City. That's going to be interesting to see when we play the Chiefs. And the Browns also play Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers, who will they finally get over the hump? A lot of anticipation with the schedule. You got Cincinnati going against Kansas City. Kansas City going up against the AFC North. They could have all four of their games against the AFC North on national TV. Night, because Pittsburgh could be a good draw. Cincinnati is a good draw. The Browns is a good draw. And the Baltimore Ravens, they start the season off. Very good game starting off the season. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes. Rematch of the AFC Championship game. NFL schedule. Yes, it's much more exciting. Plus, the draft is 3 days. NFL schedule, we'll just find out tomorrow night.
True that.
I think you're going to go against Ed because Ed's a big Adam Archuleta and Spiro Ditas announcer games. So, he prefers those ones instead of watching those prime times.
I saw enough of Spiro Ditas last night during the Cavs game.
Exactly, yes. You get stuck with those sorry asses at all these games. Yeah. That get ours in the 1 o'clock window.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns going to probably get at worst, the second broadcast team on most of their games this year.
Yeah.
From Charles Davis.
So are you making me take this one? Okay,
I can take it.
Okay, go ahead. So you have to. So the NFL draft is more important than the NFL schedule release. Casey, you have a minute and a half, and sometimes in life you don't get what you want, but you got to roll with it.
Well, the NFL draft. I mean, Keith made a lot of good points, right? Saying what we're looking forward to, those matchups we're looking forward to, the players in the field, the storyline, stuff like that. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers, right? Seeing Aaron Rodgers run back out on Monday Night Football. Is he going to chair his other one now? Because we're not going to last year it happened on Monday Night Football. So let's see. But without the NFL draft, these storylines wouldn't exist. Look at the Aaron Rodgers story. He would still be in Green Bay if it wasn't for Jordan Love. Where did Jordan Love come from? The NFL draft. And he got drafted by the Packers, so that chased him out. So without the NFL draft, you wouldn't have obviously these storylines that are created. So the storylines created start on the NFL draft, which is day one. And you look at the various things too. The Michael Penix drama, right? You see, without the matchups, maybe you see Kirk Cousins now in week 10. If he struggles, and that game will mean more that schedule release time because of the storylines created, right? You have injuries, right? So
Now, can I ask you one thing, Casey? Speaking of that, I know you would love to see a Baker Mayfield against Kirk Cousins game on Monday Night Football for the NFC South. Now, don't tell me that you don't want that. Tell me you don't want that. Tell me you don't want that on national TV. And tell me you don't want that on Monday night.
You can get Mike, but at that point, you might even have Mike Glennon versus whoever the hell the other backup is due to some injuries, right? So those big games at the beginning of the year, like the Jets, right? The Jets playing Green Bay, it don't matter if Aaron Rodgers ain't there. So, but.
Well, like I said, the only thing I'll say this, to talk
Can
about
you
the
imagine yourself having your Baker Mayfield jersey on a Monday night?
I put my Joe Flacco jersey on too. It could be Michael Penix versus whoever the hell Mike White, whoever the hell the backup is.
Well, I'll say one thing. Being a Cleveland Browns fan the last couple of years without having a draft pick, I mean, definitely the NFL release schedule release thing is better. But also too, like the schedule game, Keith. It's all about the schedule game, isn't it fun? You get that, the NFL releases the schedule.
So Adam can rank them, and then
because Atlanta and Tampa Bay is going to be scheduled in prime time.
Yeah.
One of those two games. It's going to be scheduled in prime time.
Well, yes. Well, great. Like I said, I don't judge winners until after, but I want to transition to baseball, but we're going to do it on the Great Debate. And here's the question for the second question.
Okay.
The Great Debate. The Cleveland Guardians released their City Connect uniforms recently.
Mm-hmm.
My question for the Great Debate is City Connect uniforms in general. Do you like them? Yes or no? Casey, you can decide. What do you want? Yes or no?
Oh, this is tough. It depends the circumstance, man.
Oh, that's why you're gonna give. That's why you're gonna give facts. You're gonna say beautiful things on here.
All right, I'll say yeah.
Okay, so Casey, City Connect uniforms in Major League Baseball are good. A minute and a half to tell us why.
All right. The reason why they are good in baseball is because if we all look at baseball, what's the one sport that kind of has no personality, nothing standing out? It's kind of baseball is baseball. So with Players Weekend, right, they had the names on the back. You could choose what they were. Show some personality, right? So I think when it comes to City Connect jerseys, it is kind of the equivalent of that with the city, right? So I'll use the Rays as one example. I like the Guardians ones. We'll say that. I do like the Guardians jerseys. I like the way it's set up. I like the way it looks. The secondary logo looks nice to me too. But the Rays, right? The things that the Rays City jerseys, it kind of be crazy to you guys. It's like neon colors, right? It's all, weird. But when you look at what the story is behind, like look at the Guardians, it does connect to the city down here and like what's strong in that city, right? So I think it's good for, again, if Cleveland didn't have one, if the Guardians didn't have one, I wouldn't really pay attention to them, right? Because it is what it is. If I live in Tampa, but for the cities that have them, I think it kind of shows extra pride in that jersey. So an example for the Cavs, real fast, their city jerseys like that Playoff Square one. So my girlfriend was asking about it, like why are these look that way? I was able to talk about what Playhouse Square is, what the theming of it, et cetera, right? So the people that live in the city, I think they appreciate the city jerseys because it puts your city on a national spotlight, kind of the things that makes it unique about it. And people wouldn't know, that's my view. I guess you could say.
Great answer. Keith, why do you not like City Connect jerseys? And expound, please. I got my take. So
you will never ever see the Yankees in a City Connect jersey. Never. You'll never see the Yankees in the City Connect.
Put it on the board. Let's
those
say
jerseys are despicable. I don't like them. The hat is cheesy. Look like a softball team hat for one, and I just don't like it. For real. I just don't like it.
Keith, you could end it right here and get the win. You could just end it right here and get the win.
I just don't like. I mean, you won't see the Detroit Tigers in those City Connect because the Tigers got the classic look.
Plot twist, like they do have one.
They do.
They do have one. Yep.
They shouldn't wear it.
They shouldn't
wear shit.
They shouldn't wear it. No, the Dodgers.
Good.
Can you see the Dodgers in the City Connect? I mean, really, what you gonna do? You no. I mean, I seen the Cincinnati Reds. They got the all black or something, don't they?
Yeah, the black with the. I kind of okay. Well,
it's all.
You'll be
right.
seeing that. You'll be seeing something City Connect on my body. I'm going to tell you probably in 2-3 weeks. So from the Guardians.
You put on a Miles Straw jersey that you actually wanted when you want it. There's nothing you can do to your body or whatever that would be anything worse.
Because I'm gonna tell you a prime example of a City Connect jersey that should be burned. The Boston Red Sox, those yellow ugly ass things that they wear.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are.
Well, I think as a Yankees fan, he wants to burn all Red Sox jerseys anyways. But that's just
for real though. I mean, to me, it's like escaping leaving the essence of the team itself.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. Like, look now, what does those Boston jerseys relate to with the Red Sox? For real,
Subway, I think.
Is that what it is?
I think.
Yellow?
I'm not from Boston.
You know,
what Sesame Street is in Boston or something? No. You won't see the Mets. The Mets don't got no City Connect, do they?
I don't think so. But the Island Nationals.
I think they're releasing every year.
Don't got the City Connect.
Yeah,
they're cool with just the regular stuff like the Yankees, the Cubs. Shoot, Detroit don't need no City Connect.
Yeah,
I like the Tigers' home uniforms as is. Who else? It's another team. The Kansas City Royals. I like their uniforms as is. They don't have to do nothing freaky and tweaky.
That freaky and tweaky. I think Keith, I like your answer. I'm going to say this. I think I do like the Cleveland Guardians City Connect uniforms, but when I say I like them, that means I like them compared to what other cities have done with their uniforms. Like I like Cincinnati's. I think Cleveland and Cincinnati have okay City Connect uniforms. Now, do I like the whole concept of the City Connect uniforms? Not really. To me, when I look at Major League Baseball, they got classic uniforms, to Keith's point, and it's like, I'll say this because they play 162 games. Okay, you can get away with wearing jerseys because it's not like the NFL where if you give up a couple of weeks wearing these ugly jerseys, it matters because you only play 17 games anyway. So with baseball, I get it. But at the same time, like if I go to a baseball game, I want to see the classic jerseys. And I don't know. There's something to be said about, I don't know, seeing those. And here's the thing also too. A lot of those City Connect uniforms, it's like, here's what they look like. It's like putting XFL jerseys on NFL teams. That's what it reminds me of. It's XFL jerseys on NFL teams. It looks cheesy. It looks cheap. And look, I love the symbolism. And I think to Casey's point, Casey makes a great point. I think if you look at the little details of most of those City Connect, yes, but only the people of that city know what it stands for. And I think that is a cool vibe. So if they do want to wear it for a weekend, that's fine. But I think people get overhyped with them. And it's like, I don't know. If they really want to connect the city of Cleveland to their uniforms, here's an idea: put Chief Wahoo back on the patch, and guess what? The city will be connected again. I'll tell you that.
Or throw on that red Indians jersey for a change.
Yeah.
Or throw on the Indians jersey from the 90s.
Yeah. See how much it connects the city then.
Yeah. Or like with who's that team? Or like some team that had some, or like with the Chicago White Sox, and they had them ugly uniforms.
Oh, yeah. The 80s.
Throw them on them for the change. The 70s uniforms. Now, I do like when they do the throwbacks, like the Astros. I love those jerseys.
And the powder, yeah.
But all that other stuff, no.
Well, one thing about the great debate is it spurs great debate. I think.
Let's think about it.
We're all
Even
winners
the Yankees changed their road uniforms, which actually look kind of.
Oh, yeah,
fresh.
they did change them a little bit. Yes, that's true. That's true.
It looked kind of fresh.
I don't know what the changes actually were, but
what they did was it's just a bold like New York on them, like the old school.
I mean, but to the casual fan or whatever, I don't think that we would really notice as much.
Exactly. Exactly. Only me, I'll pay attention to.
When you got 27 World Series titles, you ain't got to change much, do you, Keith?
No, you ain't got to change a damn thing.
Didn't think so, but let's go into baseball because that's why I wanted to get into the great. Like I said, we're all winners on here because we listen to you got great points, and like I said, I don't know. I don't want to declare a winner. Get on X or whatever and call Keith or Casey the winner, but I'm going to call you both winners today. But going back into baseball, what do you think about the Guardians? Now, the Guardians went to Chicago, lost 3 out of 4, but then last night, went to Texas and won 7-0. Casey, what are your takes on the Guardians, the on play? No more Jersey talks here. Let's just talk about baseball in between the lines now. Let's talk some baseball here.
The only thing left with the jersey is I know your Caitlin Clark jersey's on the way since you're such a big advocate for her. I know you're tuning in on ESPN2 at 7:30 after the show to watch.
I'm a JC Sheldon. I'm a Buckeye first, so JC Sheldon.
Yeah, okay. You say so. But, I mean, what did I talk about last week? Ed, I know I said to you that the no depth we get from starting pitchers is going to hurt. That struggles with us. I think the expectation for our starting rotation is not where it's at currently, I would say. So that's tough. I think that fucking Laureano should not be on the team. I think
Ramon Laureano, your favorite player.
Yeah, I think he should be off the team. I thought he was good. Signed for $5 million. Not a bad fourth out. Horrible. Get him on. I'll take Straw over him. We've got Arias. Arias, I think, is concerning. The things that you're hearing about, lazy, not really running through drills before the game, not taking it serious, immaturity.
He need to be down in the minors now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And he's not producing for us. He's hurting us more than he's doing anything, really. It's just, I'm telling you, it's truly, the more you look at it, it's crazy that we're where we're at. Right? So, we're first place, right? Hanging on barely, but we're there. And there are Bo Naylor, right? There's a lot of negatives we do have. Quan's out. A lot of negatives we have. Bieber. So we could be worse, right? If the guys get healthy, Gavin Williams comes back, our starting pitchers start getting that lane, starting to have more command. I mean, that's the bright side, right? We're not even at our peak form and we're in first place and we started this strong, right? So that's the bright side to look at it. But the negative could be, was it just a tease at the start of the year, and now this is what we're gonna, kind of have? But I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you guys.
Oh, great way to not answer the question.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm not. So this is perfect. I'm not like most people on X that just react in the moment. I'm seeing it from every side. I'm not having an instant reaction because of a game we won 7-0 or a game we lost to the White Sox, right? So it's just, we'll see what happens, man.
That's expert analysis from our own Casey in Orlando. Keith Allen, what do you got?
I agree with Casey. Laureano should be. If you really want to be honest,
I second that. I third that.
It's a few people on that team that should be down. Laureano should be down. One of the young outfielders that they got at Columbus should be up.
I agree with that.
It's like, come on. I mean, I don't know if it's an Oakland thing or what. But Laureano shouldn't be up here. Honestly, I think Bo Naylor needs to go down. Because he has some goofy moments back there behind the plate. And he's also batting like 170. I mean, pitches that should be obvious. Like the one game the Guardians faced, Logan Allen was pitching. It was Houston. Dude didn't even deserve the fate that he got. First, the brothers Naylor dropped a pop-up. Then a pass ball on a catchable pitch. It's like, what are we doing? And on top of that, Naylor's hitting 170, 160 something.
His batting average took Ozempic, and I was losing.
Yeah, so I mean, he might need to go down to Columbus for a minute. And Fry and Hedges.
Yeah.
Fry's looking good.
I like Fry behind the plate.
I like Fry. Honestly. They're going to keep him in the lineup more often.
Behind the plate's a good place to. I mean, then you don't have to worry about where else he goes. So
Manzardo.
Yep. Manzardo.
He needs to keep playing. Just play through it.
Yeah. Just keep playing. I ain't going to judge him right now.
No, he needs a month. After a month to see where he's at. I don't know. People are up and down every day. Just let the kid play. And he needs to play in the field too. Because, it's one thing if you're struggling at the plate. The best way to do is make a great defensive play. Get your butt back up to the plate and then, hit a home run or something.
I do agree with that. He does need to play in the field.
Yeah,
So
let
I
him
mean,
be a
give Naylor a rest out in the field.
Yeah, let him be a baseball player. Stop worrying about everything in baseball is so specialized. And it's like you bring these kids up and you tell them, I just need you to hit now. Well, that's a lot of damn pressure now, isn't it? Instead of just being, I don't know, just be a baseball player, the thing you've been your whole damn life. So
exactly.
I don't know.
And let me see who else. Arias, he needs to go down.
Just go.
He needs to go down. No, he needs to go down. Well, and they need to acquire a pitcher.
They do. I would agree with
that. A starting pitcher.
But who do you think what's even a consider? We talked about this last week. Like, what's even there to get?
We'll find out come trade deadline, I guess. I don't know.
Because even the guys, like the teams that did sign those free agents, like big free agent pitchers aren't doing that great. So
we just need somebody, maybe a third or fourth starter that can come and eat some innings and just get some quality starter that can get you 6-7 innings.
Exactly.
And rest that bullpen. Like, God.
Because the alarming thing with the Gavin Williams thing is when they transferred him to the 60-day IL. I was like,
the hell?
Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? So they need to get another pitcher and stuff, And
I'd want a Trevor Bauer, he kept saying. So
I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind giving him a shot. I'm gonna be honest.
What is he guilty of besides being a weirdo? Maybe.
What's the difference between Ed in Columbus and Trevor in Shanghai? I mean, I don't know.
No, here's the thing. I'm getting, because a lot of people get on X and they disparage him and they say a lot of bad things about him, which I see, and maybe they're right. Okay, maybe I'm being naive to the situation. I've been accused of that and probably have been guilty of that. But here's the thing: Deshaun Watson, just like him, he paid money out to people, okay? And I'm not even here to condemn Deshaun Watson, but he paid money. And usually when you pay money, that's like saying, I'm not saying I'm guilty, but I just want it to go away. Trevor Bauer said, hell no with that. I'm not giving anybody any money, and has been, defending himself to the nth degree since it all started. And to my knowledge, the woman in question kind of, has been, turned out to be not so telling of the truth. So why is there so much hate towards Trevor Bauer still? Because he's a weirdo? I mean, what is it?
I think
anybody want to answer that? Nobody wants to answer that. Like,
I think it's like the baggage with Kaepernick. I think the baggage of this, the public outburst of if someone signed him, what the public would think. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I guess you could say.
For the Guardians, I would say we need some innings. I would say yes at this point. Yes.
So I think that was probably.
Look at it.
Everybody remember John Rocker back in 1999? I mean, not like the Cleveland organization hasn't had play. Look at Deshaun Watson. Come on, sports is not for choir boys. It's for winning on the field. Like if you want morals, go to church on Sunday.
I look at it like this.
I mean, I don't have a hot take on this.
Truthfully,
I don't think it's that hot. I just want to win. And like I said, tell me something he's guilty of besides being a weirdo. Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. That's how the public are, man.
I know. I get that, kid. I do.
Once the fingers like this. You're like,
but you know what? The thing I don't understand is like everybody's quick to point the finger, but everybody has some dirt in their own closets. I mean,
Absolutely.
for real. They have some dirt in their own closets. A lot of people, let's just say, like in the Deshaun case or whatever, not hashing that up, a lot of people live those lives that way.
Exactly.
And probably the main ones that were condemning them.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
for real. Yes. The main ones that were condemning them will be the ones be out here tricking, buying prostitutes, buying underage girls and stuff like that. So I mean, off the field, I don't give a fuck about that.
I don't care what you do.
Long as the court and stuff ain't labeled them guilty and sent them to jail or nothing like that, and they're free, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
he has a right to make a living. And like I said, it's up to any organization to want to bring him in. And I understand that. I guess my thing is just questioning the whole thought process of like, why does this man feel like he's so condemned? And I feel like he is with, people. And it's just like, tell me what he's guilty of. Like that just, I at least with R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, the allegations, even with Deshaun, there's allegation, there was money's paid out. But with Trevor Bauer, he said, no, I didn't do it. He didn't give her a dime. And
I think also in Deshaun's defense with the money paid, I think the league coerced him too.
That could probably get back
those
to league
cases
quicker.
out the way. Yeah,
because otherwise he would have never been playing if he's fighting in court.
Right, the league probably said, "Hey."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. But
we don't give a
Trevor.
I look like we don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you gotta get this shit out the way if you want to play again. You know what I'm saying?
But
we know it's probably some BS, but hey, get this shit out the way.
I just feel like
and Trevor is a guy that stands in his, how can I say, in his truth. He said, fuck that, I'm not paying these motherfuckers.
That's what he said. He did say that.
Kiss my motherfucking ass.
That's what he said.
He knew once he took that stand, that might be his career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is, unfortunate. And it's like,
isn't that what, if I'm an organization or an employer and I got a guy that's willing to stand and make that big of a stand and that strong of a stand and he's standing behind his convictions, well, then obviously, like, isn't that something like a good thing instead of somebody that's willing just to shell out money, just like not in Deshaun's case, but for other people that have done that where they made it, like R. Kelly made it go away.
You know how it is in this country. You're guilty till you're proven innocent.
I know. Well, yeah, unfortunately.
And public perception is a motherfucker.
Is going to run the day. And
that's
look, I'm not here.
Once that finger's pointed at you, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, do the Guardians need a picture of Trevor Bauer's capabilities even now? Yeah, they do.
Be nice.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So go ahead and find one and maybe find one.
And to think about it, if you think about this, with Trevor Bauer is, a lot of teams probably need to see how does that dude keep his arm in shape, because he's never had to need no surgery or nothing like that.
That is true.
Which now has become a phenomenon across MLB.
McKenzie's going to need it. Gavin Williams, who knows what's going on with him? I mean, Shane Bieber this year. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, that's why I love having you guys on. It's very spirited. And, like I said, I want to pose these questions and raise them this way because, look, we have needs for our baseball team. And obviously there's social norms and things that, sometimes supersede what goes on in between the lines. And that's why I love having these kind of conversations. And
I just can't wait till Trevor and Deshaun write their books.
Oh, jeez. Trevor's writing one. Trevor's definitely writing one.
And Deshaun probably is going to write one too.
Well, hopefully Deshaun says something
in line for that book.
I want Deshaun to have something that says about winning the Super Bowl in Cleveland when it's all said and done.
If he wins the Super Bowl in Cleveland, man, they'll never mention none of that shit ever again.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
He will be king shit. He will be bigger than LeBron James.
Speaking of, first off, CJ, you could have came on the show. No Bauer, Ed, not worth the headache. What headache? The people on X. I mean, who's the headache for? Like that, people are always like, it's for the fans because if he's going out there mowing down people, going 6-7 scoreless innings, who's the headache besides the opposing batters? So CJ, get on the show next time if you want to run your mouth. And also, too, that's why he's in Mexico. Well, there might be you might be right about that, CJ. All right, I'll leave you alone.
Well, Japan or Korea, they're more, how can I say, they're more
they don't deal with
straight.
That.
Yeah, they don't deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
if you look at Japan and Korea's TikTok,
all right, well,
nowhere near what we see here in the States.
That is correct. But so shout out CJ, one of our co-hosts that comes on here and likes to give us all hell. So speaking of headaches, CJ, you're the one that gives people headaches, but we love you. That gets us to one of my favorite segments because it's closing time. Yes, it's closing time. Casey, do you have a softball game tonight?
No, softball season's over. We got second place trophy. So
okay.
So your first loser.
Yeah, better than last year. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But no softball today. Well,
go ahead with your closing thoughts here, because
Yeah, so I got a question for you guys here. So we were talking about the Guardians a lot, and I was wondering if you could tell me how many first overall draft picks that's what the Guardians have, for the MLB draft coming up. How many first MLB overall taken draft picks have made the Hall of Fame?
In the 100, how many years? Are we talking 100 years?
So since 65.
Oh, 65. Okay, 65. Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to,
That would be when the first draft was.
I'm going to say less than 5, probably closer to 3, probably maybe only 1.
So why do you think that?
Because, you know what?
Because,
maybe it is better than the NFL.
That we have that pick, right? Like, it's a big deal the Guardians have. That, like,
I know.
People are talking about who we're going to take.
Yep.
Right? And it's our first overall pick. So Keith, what do you think? How many do you think there are?
Not many.
I'm gonna say in 65 years. I'm gonna say my final guess 7. 7 is my final guess.
I was about to say 3.
It's 4. It is. I don't know if you can name them, but it's Harold Baines.
Harold Baines. Okay, good hitter.
Wow.
Good hitter.
Okay.
There's one. 1977 he got drafted by the White Sox.
Okay.
You had Chipper Jones.
Okay, that makes sense.
In 1990, you had Ken Griffey Jr. in 1987.
Yep.
And the most recent is 2001. Any guesses? I don't think you guys can get it.
2001. Albert Pujols. I'm trying to think who would have. God, what year?
No.
Would it have been Pujols or somebody like that?
Joe Mauer.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Minnesota.
wow. Minnesota. Yeah.
Yep.
Joe Mauer.
So those are the 4 since 1965. That is the 4 first overall picks in the MLB draft ever that made the Hall of Fame. So I wanted to bring that up because we talked about the Guardians, and I don't have any complaints about Twitter people today. So
Yeah.
that was something I did see on Twitter, so I figured I'd bring it up. And within, Paul Skeens just debuted 2 days ago as well. So
Yes, and his
Yes, he did.
girlfriend is that Libby Dunn? Is that his girlfriend? That Libby Dunn?
yeah, correct.
Because I just see some stuff on, that's all.
Hold on,
I was right about Pujols, though. 2001 was his first year, so we were right up. I was kind of concerned when I threw that out there, but that wasn't a bad guess by us, Keith. Not a bad guess.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but look who lasted longer. Pujols lasted longer than
He
Joe
lasted
Mauer,
forever. I'm just like,
But yeah,
Really
but
is.
I'm saying, Joe Mauer's in the Hall of Fame, so
yeah, that's true.
Pujols will be there shortly.
Oh yeah, I agree. But it's interesting how someone how long ago did he retire, Joe Mauer? It's been a while too.
Yeah,
It's just
it's been
crazy to think about Pujols.
Yeah.
But Mauer
Keith,
retired
what you got
about
closing time
2013. Closing time.
2018.
Closing time. I think it's turn out the lights. The party is over for the Cavs. They'll be going to Boston, and more than likely, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jared Allen. Expect the Cleveland Cavaliers to make changes, but I don't think the changes will be all bad. But I think they're changes that are much needed.
Well, my closing thoughts are great show. Enjoy the NFL schedule release tomorrow, and I can't wait to play the schedule game with you guys next week because that's what it's all about right there. Enjoy the Cleveland Guardians because I was thinking about this today. We keep saying, and we kept saying, and rightfully so, was thank goodness that they're in the AL Central and this team could win 86 games and still win the division. I don't know. Keith, Casey, what the hell is going on? The Guardians are doing well, but so is everybody else. Kansas City, go away. Minnesota, who won so many games, go away. Detroit, you're still going to be a pest. Thank goodness for the White Sox. But if you look at the White Sox, they've even started winning games again. The AL Central is no joke. Unfortunately for the Guardians, they're going to probably have to win 90 games, I'm going to at least say now, to win that division.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Get another pitcher, to Keith's point. But let's have a fun summer and go Guards. And that's my
Yes. Yes. And think about it. We've been expecting Kansas City to go away for a while, and they're a half game in back of us.
Damn it. Damn.
Minnesota, I'm not surprised because they always are there.
They're in the
Detroit is at 500.
Yep.
But they're tough. So,
but
it's all about who gets hot when it matters.
That's right. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for a great show. I want to thank our audience. Like I said, we like sports. We like you. Thanks for tuning in. And until next week, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Yeah.